David Montgomery last year in Detroit, 219 rush attempts, 1,015 yards, 13 touchdowns on the ground, 16 receptions on 24 targets with 117 yards through the air, no touchdowns through the air. Thoughts on David Montgomery?
I think his overall stat line is identical or damn near this season. Even if he plays all season, right? So even if he plays 17 games, assuming that they're going to find ways to get Jahmyr Gibbs a little bit more involved, everything else, Montgomery's still going to see the vast majority of the goal line work. He's going to be their short yardage back, and he's going to be their thumper on first and second down. Yes, they're going to put Gibbs in there. Yes, he's going to be able to run the ball because he showed that he can do that. But you are going to utilize both of these backs. So even with Gibbs getting more involved on a week in, week out basis, if that limits Montgomery to still have 220 rushing attempts, 230 rush attempts over 17 games or even 16 games as opposed to 14, I still think he's over 1,000 yards because that Lions offense is top probably 2, maybe 3 in the NFL between the Lions, the Colts, and Philadelphia. I think are probably the 3 best offensive lines from top to bottom. This is another guy grossly undervalued.
I would agree. David Montgomery has always been one of those guys. He's just been so dang reliable, and I've had him on my roster in various leagues over the last 4 years. And he's just been so reliable, even from his first year in 2019. Like he's been right at his worst year. He's had 801 yards and 5 touchdowns, and that was his last year in Chicago. And we know that Chicago offense was terrible. I like David Montgomery. I like him, especially at running back 21, 76 overall. Like, sign me up. If he's the first running back that I take at 76 overall, like that's awesome.
Yeah, Monty has got some upside here for sure, right? I do think that there's some good things to be said about that one. And if you were listening to this show last year, you knew to draft David Montgomery and even go a little bit early on that one there. And it went very similar to how we predicted that one, right? Like, this is going to be another, I think, very much a similar rinse and repeat type of season for him, where we're going to see somewhere around the 200 to 220 carries, him average somewhere between 4 and 4.5 yards per carry. So call it somewhere, 900 yards type of thing. And I think we're going to see more than double-digit touchdowns on the ground here again. And so this is a guy that I think can certainly outperform his current ADP.